Praise be to the mighty Mr. Markiplier. Iron Lungs out. It's here. I have been so hyped for this movie for the longest time. I think this has been my most anticipated movie for a while. It's the one I've just been so curious about because, I mean, come on now, a horror game adaptation by a first-time director who mostly does Let's Plays, not to mention the most silky smooth buttery voice on the planet. But it's here. It's here now, and I got to see it, and I have some thoughts. I I have some thoughts about the movie. My first thought being, what did I think of the movie? I liked the movie. I thought it was a good movie. It honestly, it was way better than I expected, and I feel bad for saying that. But again, this is a first time director. I mean, I know he's done the Date with Markiplier, Markiplier in Space, things of those nature. I haven't seen him, but I think he directed those as well. So I guess I shouldn't say this is his first time directing. He's had his own hand in directing. But I gotta imagine that directing something for your YouTube audience is different than directing something for an audience that's going to a theater. You're going to the movies to watch your movie. I gotta imagine that's a totally different style. And so when I first heard about this movie, all the way up until honestly the movie was getting ready to start, I was just expecting to watch a 2 hour long YouTube video. Honestly, I didn't expect much from this movie. It had a lot going against it, but it surprised me in a good way. I don't want to spoil anything. I'll have a section for spoilers. I just want to tell you my general thoughts of the movie. My husband was with me. He had some thoughts as well. That's a whole nother can of worms. But yeah, just general thoughts, things you've probably already seen. A lot of people are saying the first half is slow. I think if you've seen reviews already, a lot of people saying the first half is slow. I would like to say I did not think so. I actually thought almost 3/4 of the movie were slow. 65 to 70%. I would say it just, a good portion of it just kind of felt like, where is this going? Damn book. But I think everyone else has said the same thing that I'm thinking, as that there's kind of a reason for it being so slow, and that is this really does feel like the video game. I did not play the video game. No, that's not right. I played the video game. I played the video game, but I haven't finished it. I think I've probably gotten about like maybe an hour in of the game, which might be a lot. I don't know. I don't know how long the game runs for, but I've just been stuck trying to navigate the ship without being able to see. So after about an hour, I was like, I can't do this. But from that hour of playtime to what Markiplier showed on screen, I would say it's pretty accurate. It felt pretty similar to my experience of the game, which was a lot of WTF, what the hell's what's going on? And it's because of the way this movie is shot that it adheres so close to almost like gameplay footage, almost like you're playing the game or watching someone interacting in the game. People that aren't gamers or don't know the lore of Iron Lung are probably gonna be a little off-put by this, turned off to this. Case in point, my husband was completely bored this entire time. In the entirety of this movie, he was just pretty much checked out. He does not play video games. He knows who Markiplier is. In fact, I think he even likes Markiplier a little bit. He doesn't watch him or anything like that, but if I put him on, he'll watch with me. But he doesn't know video games. He doesn't know Iron Lung. He doesn't know the lore. So to someone like that who is completely devoid of any game knowledge, or specifically this game knowledge, they're going to be kind of left scratching their head. In fact, I asked him when we left the movie, he's like, so did you even understand what the movie was about? Because you haven't played the game or don't know really anything about it. And he said,
I, I, I don't know.
not a clue. He had no idea what the hell was going on. Now, granted, he did fall asleep during the first half of the movie, and I think in the middle of the movie he walked out for a few minutes, He was just really checked out because he couldn't follow along with anything. All he seen was Markiplier's character being confused and befuddled as us, the viewers, are. So yeah, if you have zero knowledge of Iron Lung, this is probably going to be pretty detrimental. I myself know very little. I know the surface level stuff. But that's basically a takeaway I have. People that don't know the lore of the game or anything about games, probably not going to have the greatest of time. Although, if you're going to this, it's probably because you're a fan of Markiplier, so you should know some level of the game, I would imagine. For the people like me, not the most knowledgeable, but have some knowledge, and up the people that are very knowledgeable, very big fans of Markiplier, and very big fans of this lore of Iron Lung, I think they are going to love this. In fact, I think I've seen a lot of that. People just saying that they are overwhelmingly in love with this movie, that he did the game justice. And I would say, yeah, I think so. I don't think it's a spoiler to say that what you're going to see is a guy in a ship pressing a button, getting pictures, and basically in a giant metal coffin the entire time. Another thing I think you'll see or hear a lot of people either posting online or in their reviews saying that he put a lot of care and attention into this. Yeah, I think that goes without saying. You could just tell he put so much care into this. And I mean, going back to what I was saying about this movie having so much going against it being an uphill battle, I did not take into account that, from what I understand of Markiplier, the years I've been listening to him, it's like one of his most like positive qualities, whatever you want to call it. He just puts 110% into whatever he does, and that's just like base level 110%. It's probably like 210% is like when he's actually really trying. It's so like you got to know that what he's gonna do and when he's gonna put something out, most likely it on some level it's gonna be quality. I should have taken that into account. You can't bet against the guy when he's passionate about what he wants to do. It's probably gonna come out pretty good. I think the proof is in the pudding here. Yeah, he did a good job. He did a pretty dang good job, and with a very small budget. From what I'm seeing here on Wikipedia, is like $3 million to make this. That is $3 million to one of these studios. I mean, that could be something like just like a short change error to them. But it's stuff like this that just kind of should be a wake up call to studios, right? Like, hey, you don't need to be shoveling 200 million into these crazy ass movies. All you need is a couple million and someone that really cares with a vision. You just need creative people. That's all you need. Creative people with their backs against the wall with like a small amount of budget. They'll work with what they got and they'll give you creativity. And from what I can remember, that's how movies used to be in the 60s, 70s, 80s. They were limited by budget and technical advancements, so they got creative with what they had, and movies were great. Now, just slap a couple $100 million onto, whatever, and you got fluff. You got empty, hollow, nothing. You got nothing.
You've got nothing! Nothing!
It's just a hollow. This isn't hollow. This is not a hollow movie. It's an alive, beating heart, creative entity, and it's cool. It's cool to see. I guess it could be very slow at first, but I mean, come on, it's the guy's first time writing and directing a movie. I think it had to be slow at the beginning, because if it was like perfectly paced at the beginning all the way to the end, I think at that point we'd all realize he's not a human. He's some kind of inanimate, whatever the alien. He's something. He's not human. He's just too perfect to just. There has to be a flaw somewhere. The fact that it's a little slow at first on his very first outing just shows that he's human. I don't know. I'm rambling. But okay, in terms of spoilers, okay, spoiler time with the red walls. So spoiler time, you know the story of Iron Lung, I imagine. If you don't, then you're in the same boat as me. But the reason I keep saying that it's kind of slow is because Markiplier is constantly fighting with a lady over a intercom in his ship, the Iron Lung. And I wouldn't say fighting, but she's constantly saying, like, you need to do this so you can get your freedom. And he just keeps saying, I want my freedom. And it just keeps going back and forth. Like, she keeps altering the deal. Like, okay, we're bringing you back up. You took pictures down there. We're bringing you back up. hey, we're going to send you back down again. You got to do more stuff. Hey, I want my freedom. I don't know more. I don't want to go down there anymore. Well, we're sending you back down. You want your freedom? We're sending you back down. Okay. It almost just felt like a dog just chasing its tail just constantly. Maybe that's not the right analogy, but that's just kind of how it felt. Maybe it's not nearly as much as I was thinking, but I just felt like it just kept saying, I want my freedom. Why are you changing the deal? And they just keep asking for more and more. By the way, I'm not scratching my back or anything like that. I have a horrible knot going on all of a sudden, and I think recording is making me tense up even more. Shit sucks. Maybe it's not as much as I'm thinking, but I felt like this movie could have been edited a little bit better. Maybe some stuff could have been taken out to shorten all that, hey, we had a deal stuff going on. No, you're going to do more stuff. Then he is the one editing this. He's doing everything, so I can understand watching this, seeing certain scenes that I'm like, that probably could have been cut out. You watch it and you're just like, it makes sense why he would want to keep that in. Because every scene looks good. It's shot well. It looks good. It certainly does not look like a YouTube video. Maybe in some parts it looks like it, but definitely does not look like a YouTube video. It looks like a movie, and it's shot pretty dang good. Markiplier's acting is pretty dang good. I just think it could have used a little bit of a tighter editing, and maybe that's something he'll pick up as he goes. Or maybe I'm just wrong. Most likely I'm wrong. That usually is the case.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
But at one point during his dive down in the blood ocean, and they bring him back up the first time, they're trying to alter the deal and stuff. Hey, you're going to go back down. He's freaking out. He's like, no, you sent me down there. I want to get the hell out of here. So he hits the button on the camera while they have him up, and there's people outside the ship working on the ship a little bit more. Everyone's just freaking out, just saying, like, what the heck are you doing? Why'd you do that? And he's like, what did I do? You freaking just doused us in radiation. This is X-ray cameras. We're not sending regular cameras. This is X-ray cameras. So he starts feeling very guilty, just like really beating himself up about like, oh my gosh, I did not mean to, because he flashed that camera like right in someone's face, and that person is like taken to their version of the ER or whatever from that high doses of radiation. So he starts feeling guilty, and I think he apologizes like 4 or 5 times. Again, I could be wrong. It felt like 4 or 5 times that he just had to apologize over and over again. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Just things like that. Just like, could have worked that a little bit better. But his acting's good, so you believe it. He is sorry. It's shot well, so it is compelling. It just feels like there's a little too much of it, in my opinion. The whole point of him going down there, I think, is all culminates in him finding a monster, and he finds more than just a giant monster. He's supposed to ram with this ship to get a sample of it. But he finds more than the monster. He finds a previous ship that was sent down there. And they're like, all right, well, we're going to alter your deal one more time, and we're going to have you get a black box from that ship. You go get the black box, and we'll take you out of there. You'll get your freedom. You're good to go, but we need that black box. So he goes down again, gets the black box. This is basically where it starts to get good and everything. This is where people are like, okay, this is ramping up, because he's starting to hallucinate, things like that. So he's seen like a monster in the ship once in a while. And I think it only happens twice, but seeing like this grotesque monster, it kind of made it like, oh shit. I kind of wanted there to be a monster in the ship. I think in Iron Lung there usually isn't. I don't play the game, but it would have been really cool if there was like a monster on the ship with him. But I think that monster is actually the giant monster outside, telepathically linking with Mark, talking to him about trying to show him a light, and that no one else can see this light that's deep down there in the ocean. I think the previous ship found the light, and the coordinates to the light and what's in the light is all in that black box. So the monster's like, you cannot give that black box to your people. The light needs to be hidden away from everyone, only for me. I don't know if they say only for them. Kind of hard to understand the monster. It just felt like there was like 3 or 4 voices all talking at once. to give it that ghostly effect, but also at the same time, I felt like there was like two other conversations going on. It was kind of hard to hear, but that the monster basically doesn't want the black box with all the information about the light to get out, so it's trying to convince Mark to tell his superiors, like, nope, there is no black box. I didn't see the ship, and the monster's just messing with Mark's mind to get him to crack. Hopefully, he'll just be lost down there forever. And he, along with the black box, the light, and everything like that, will be lost forever. But it basically culminates with Mark's ship, the Iron Lung, actually starts to leak blood all into the hull, and it's like infecting his body. Like it's filling up the hull. His body's getting infected with blood, and like it's making him look all like one of the Davy Jones boys from the Pirates of the Caribbean. He's looking a little worse for wear. And one scene, he actually, like, because his arms are getting infected with blood, and like the blood's like turning into tentacles, sorta, and like just gripping his arms to the sides of the ship. And one scene, like he's trying to get one of his arms off the ship, and he ends up just ripping his whole arm off. And it was pretty interesting. There are really interesting moments. It's a really interesting movie. Again, just that first half, but there are some really cool stuff. The ripping off the arm stuff was cool. The whole scene where I think it's in the trailer, where he's kind of like emerging from the blood mass in a kind of cloudy Cthulhu type ethereal area. That's in there. I think that's the monster making him like hallucinate, seeing stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like it definitely could have been branched out more. It could even be a budgetary thing of why he could only do a certain amount of stuff. I don't know. Again, it's his first time, so for a first outing, I think he did pretty good. Okay, out of spoilers. So yeah, as I said, if you're a fan of this, you'll like it. You'll probably love it. If you're a fan of Mark, you'll probably be happy to see him. You'll be happy to see him doing some pretty dang good acting. He's pretty good. Your boy's pretty good. And if you're a fan of Iron Lung, I think you'll be happy to see, like, oh, that's a pretty faithful adaptation with some heart and soul to it. If you don't know anything about these things, kind of interesting to see you walking into an Iron Lung movie starring Markiplier and not know who either of those are. But, I mean, I can't imagine it's impossible. Yeah, you might not end up having the best time, but you might surprise yourself. I mean, if you don't know anything about the game, do yourself a favor. Do like 5 minutes of looking online on YouTube or anything like that, just to like learn the surface level stuff of the lore of the world, and pick up the rest from context in the movie. I think you'll probably have a good time. I know I did. Well, that's enough rambling for now. I gotta go throw an ice pack on my back because it's killing me. And I will talk to you guys next time.